Mondo Zen is based on the Buddhist conceptual foundation of 6 consciousnesses. Focusing on emotions, not so much on the thinking, interestingly enough. So that goes so far. But what if we had a better map of mind and a clearer articulation of body that really explicitly articulated the bird, the freedom, and the empty sky? So simple, visceral, embodied, yes? And 8 consciousnesses instead of just 6. What would that look like? I don't know.
Confusion.
Really?
I don't know what the 8 are yet.
Let's find out. So this first rule, this is a no story zone. Have you ever played a game with a no story zone? Isn't that interesting? That's what we're going to do, is play a game with a no story zone. This is a no story zone. And we want to speak from direct experience, not from memories of past experiences or projections of future experiences. We're only going to speak from this moment and what this experience is in this moment. Understand?
Yes.
And agree?
Yes.
Oh, great. How about you?
Yes.
No stories,
No
only
stories.
this moment.
I hear ya. We'll see what you say.
It's so simple. So simple. It's not necessarily easy.
Right.
How many people are addicted to your stories? See? It may not be simple. So we may need some help. So let's cut a deal. I'll help you if you'll help me.
Okay.
Deal.
We'll help each other. What a great idea. Maintain the no story zone, no matter how difficult it is. If you find yourself telling a story, just stop. And if you don't notice you're telling a story, which I've noticed often happens, then we'll help each other. That's so simple, isn't it?
Simple.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely simple. We'll see how easy it is. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open to awareness. Boundless awareness. Just open your heart and mind to this awareness that is present right now. And then we're going to focus awareness. Isn't that interesting that awareness can be open and focused? Isn't that fascinating? So now that awareness is open, let's focus it on something very specific. We started our meditative journey yesterday with shamatha. So let's focus our awareness on shamatha. Find the breath. Watch as it arises and falls and ground in the body. So this is what I'm going to describe in real time with no stories. And if you see me fall into a story, bring it to my awareness. And if all 4 of us miss it, you won't, will you? Somebody will catch it. Yes? Breath. Arising, peaking, falling, disappearing in body. I'm in.
Rising, over, vanishing.
I breathe in. I don't smell
Just
anything.
slow down, slow down. That's a story.
I feel the
Just
air.
slow down, slow down. What word started the story?
I,
Interesting story, isn't it? Do you see that's a story?
now,
Wonderful.
the air flows through my nostrils. Air makes a sound going down my throat.
What do you think? Isn't that interesting? Sounds like a story to me too. How about you?
No,
Really? How many people think that was a story?
I'm outvoted, huh?
It's just information for you. Now look again. This is so simple. Who makes it complicated? I do. So try again. So simple. So simple we miss it. Well, let's move on here, and we'll get back to you.
Breath. Up. Down. Body. Amen.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Breath. Settling. Sinking. Again.
Anybody else spend a lot of time living in story? Who would you be without your stories? That's what we're exploring.
Sounds terrifying.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Let's see if it is terrifying. Now, open awareness and focus awareness on the environment. The images, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, the body touches that arise and disappear in your experience. And articulate them in real time, and I'll demonstrate. The sounds of the footsteps above us. The light shining in my eyes. The birds. The breath arising and disappearing in this body. I'm in. So your turn.
Brown walls. Wooden floor. Plants. A giant fan. Cushions. Doshin. With a strange bib on.
Sounds like a story. 10,000 stories, each told by an
Yeah,
idiot.
but yours is mine. Yours, not mine.
Exactly.
Swords. Sticks. I'm in.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Mm.
Full bladder. Red and yellow. Rustling. Heartbeat. Slow breath. Silence. Hand. I'm in.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Shadows. Flickering light. Breathing. Heat. Heat. Sweat. Movement. I'm in.
Swaha. Do you notice how present everyone is? Do you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Different quality, isn't it? Like the difference between thoughts and insights arising directly out of nothing. Interesting. So here we were focusing on the 5 sense consciousnesses and what is arising in this moment. And we were focusing on the gross physical form, Nirmanakaya, physical body of the Buddha. So let's move into the mind. So open awareness, like the empty sky. And now focus awareness on the subtle realm of mind. And notice that the objects, the sense objects of mind, have no simple location in space and time. They're not accessible by the 5 senses. That doesn't mean they're not real or are objects of experience, but they have no simple location in space and time. You can't show me your feelings or your thoughts. Okay? And I'll demonstrate. Excitement arising. The feeling of presence. And maps everywhere. And the freedom of laughter. I'm in.
Nervousness. Fear. Energy. Just run. Excitement. Happiness. Amen.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Great gratitude. Love. Feeling of community. I'm in.
Swaha. Right back at you.
Compassion.
Yeah. Swaha.
So tender. Nervous. Ecstatic. Not knowing. Run away. I'm in.
Swaha. All 6 sense objects, and name the sense organ, the sense gate that the objects are arising, and name whether it's gross or subtle, whether it has simple location in space and time, or whether it doesn't. So simple, right? 6 sense gateways. Tears. Feelings of joy, connection, and trust.
Gross or subtle.
The gateway of mind, heart-mind. The subtle. The tears are gross. The gateway of the eyes. The trust is subtle. Can't touch it, but I can feel it. The presence of attention. The sense gateway of mind. Deep, clear heart mind. I'm in.
Birds. Sense grows. Walking. Grows here. Full and empty. Subtle body. Mind blow. Subtle. If you can experience it viscerally, but you need to articulate it. I couldn't articulate that one.
You just did. In real time, I might add.
I'm in.
Swaha! Yeah. An advanced group. Normally, what these would be stories, but they're not. They're experienced and expressed in real time.
Yeah, but if they were, you'd beat us up.
I would. Where's my stick? It's my job.
Powerful itch. Gross touch. Energy. Anticipation. Subtle. Heart beating faster. Gross touch. Same anticipation.
What gateway is the anticipation?
Mind. Heart. Camaraderie. Subtle. Heart, mind. Bashfulness. Also subtle, heart, mind.
Could that be a story? Is it possible?
No.
I wonder if you changed the story, if it had changed the state or the experience.
Vulnerable. Vulnerability.
Yeah. Any bashfulness? No. Isn't that interesting? Change the story of bashfulness. There was real experience. Not doubting that. But if you can change the story, then you can change the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Bashfulness shifted to vulnerability, and it was gone. Wow, good to know.
Yeah. Thanks.
Amazing what we can learn here. Yeah. Are you in?
I'm in.
Swaha.
Ah,
So the next round is open to awareness and focus on the total absence of any sense objects. And I'll articulate my experience. Empty sky. Silence. Unreasonable joy. I'm in.
Vast. Still. Pregnant. Enough. I'm in.
Swaha. Swaha.
timeless, spaceless, hopeless, fearless. I'm in.
Swaha.
Empty. Tasteless. Sightless. Soundless. Infinite. I'm in.
Swaha. Now, do you notice, what have we just done? Is this familiar?
Mm-hmm.
What have we just done? Mondo Zen.
Yeah.
In your version.
Same version.
Without all those clumsy questions.
Drop it.
Emptiness is emptiness. Never changes.
And no gong?
No gong. Isn't that interesting? We've done Mondo Zen in real time, in a new way. Same Mondo, same dialogue between Buddhas. Nothing new yet. Most powerful process I've ever experienced. This is what we're going to do all week. Is nothing more than Mondo Zen. Different ways. So that we can bring it more fully into our lives. Open to awareness. Empty, vast, silent awareness. Now focus your awareness on your experience of some object, gross or subtle, that you hold sacred, and articulate what it is. I'll demonstrate. Absolute clarity and selfless healing compassion. These teachings Amen.
Swaha.
Find the feeling of sacredness and the object will be there.
Motion. Movement. Togetherness. Understanding. Seeing. Without seeing. Amen.
Swaha.
Swaha. Death. Fear of death. Avoidance of the fear of death. More avoidance of the fear of death. Reluctant acceptance of death. Yearning for death. I'm in.
Swaha. This exercise here can often be problematic when you're facilitating. In this case, it wasn't. I could take any one of these answers and we could process it for months. That's not what we're doing here. We're just noticing what arises, and we're just pointing and asking questions like, is that a story? And it really depends on who's speaking. Is presence speaking about what is arising in this moment? That's not a story. That's an experience in real time from one of the consciousnesses, from one of the states or more. That's what we're looking for, is just what is here. So, and the rule is no story zone. The rule isn't process. And there's juicy stuff that we could jump into. So the unspoken rule is no processing. And that's The problem with Mondo Zen is with the emotional koan, we all get sucked into processing because we're not able to hold our presence firmly in awakened mind. Seventh round. Open to awareness. Now focus attention upon the meanness. And notice, does this meanness have a beginning? Will it have an end? Articulate your experience in this moment of this meanness. And I'll demonstrate. Self-referencing. Question arising. How am I doing? Overconfidence arising. Doubt arising. Constantly chattering like the birds or the monkeys. Fighting for bananas. Oh, that's a story. I'm in.
Swaha. Frozen. Speak loud. What do I look like? No pain. Blank. Heartbeat. Silly. I'm in.
Swaha.
Come back to me.
Want to hide. Feeling eyes on me. Confident and doubtful. Afraid. Curious. Prickly. Confused. Worried I won't be seen. Worried I won't be seen. Shit. I'm in.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Anticipation. Excitement. Determination. Determination.
Swaha. Open to awareness. Fearlessness. And focus attention on I amness. This I amness that was never born and will never die. Describe this I amness. And I'll model it for you. Vast, empty, luminous, darkness, unborn, unpolluted awareness. I'm in.
Swaha.
Now, your turn.
I amness. Without beginning. Mapless. Chaotic. Confused.
I am this? Sounds like a story to me.
Without confusion.
Nice catch. Nice suggestion.
I used fearless already, so I won't.
But
Fearless. Especially no fear of death.
Death? Makes sense. What are you talking about?
I'm in.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Now, notice the me-ness and the I amness. Does the me-ness have a beginning? Does it have an end? Does the I amness have a beginning? Does it have an end?
Deep. Beyond deep. Expansive. No edges. Nothing.
Nothing.
Bodiless. Emotionless. Confusionless. Amen.
Swaha.
Swaha. Everything. Words, but no words. Endless. Deep, deep, deep. It's all okay. Boundless. Boundless. I'm in.
Swaha. We need a round that clearly articulates me-ness, self. And this I amness is the round that clearly articulates no self. None. And then we need a sacred marriage between me-ness and I amness. We need the unity of emptiness and form, of I amness and me-ness. So, notice the me-ness. Look at your life and look where the me-ness is trying to control things. Might be easier to look at where the me-ness isn't trying to control things. And then look at where the me-ness has surrendered to the I amness. And the war has ended between your me-ness and my me-ness and his me-ness and all me-nesses. And then look at the I amness. So this is the marriage of absolute clarity, selfless clarity. And as soon as you attain the empty, selfless clarity, the first thing that arises is basic goodness, selfless caring, unpolluted by self. You've gotten rid of the self in the clarity.